What's up everyone, this is ElvisLifts and welcome to another Q&A video. It's been a while since I've done one and I've decided to do these Q&As a little more. So let's jump straight into it, and the first question that we have is how long was the transformation between the 25% body fat and 10% body fat? What he's talking about is one of my videos where I compare my body fat levels, and I have 4 stages where the first one is 25%, then 20, then 15, and then 10. But guys, before we continue, I have to say that at the end of the transformation, I'm not really 10%. I made a misjudgment, and also I was kind of inclined to tell that number 10 because it just sounds some better and more right for the title, and that's why I chose that number. But I guess I'm more 12 or 13%. It's very difficult to judge your body fat, but I'm definitely higher, and that's the point I want to make. But the video is more about the transformation itself, and that is the main point for you to have motivation from that video and see that it's possible to transform our body if you want to. And the exact number of the body fat, it's not as important, I think, as the main idea to motivate you guys and show you that it is possible if you put your mind to it. And the time was 1 year, but you have to take in consideration that I was doing powerlifting for a long time in the start of the transformation. I didn't start from scratch. I had a lot of muscle mass already, so all I had to do was cut. And I know a lot of people saying so it's not like a real transformation because you already had the muscle mass, but in my opinion it still is, because it's very difficult to cut. So I respect all people who are doing bodybuilding shows, like for example Man Physique and stuff like that, because it is very hard to get lean and stay lean, in my opinion. So I respect any person or athlete who's staying lean year round. That's just amazing dedication to the lifestyle, and I think it is very difficult to do. But yeah, the transformation took 1 year, so 12 months. So let's move on to the next question. Is, may I know, do you only did pull-ups or you incorporated other exercises as well? And he's talking about the same transformation. And of course I did all other muscle groups as well. You can't really transform your body by just doing one exercise, and I think this answer will help a lot of beginners who watch a 1 minute video and don't only see the one exercise that I'm showcasing, like for example L-sit. And I had that question, they're asking, did you only do the L-sit, and is it possible doing just the L-sit to transform your body like that? And maybe to some degree, if you are dieting very hard, then you will lose body fat percentage, but you will not look as good because your all other muscle groups are not trained. Only your core will be trained, and you will not look nowhere near as good, because I did all muscle groups. I did push-pull leg split twice a week, and I also did a lot of cardio as well. And you can have a very balanced, well-rounded physique if you only do pull-ups. If you will do only pull-ups, you will have somewhat decent back, biceps, and that's about it. Maybe some core, but your physique will not be balanced. It will not be aesthetic. You should always try to hit all muscle groups so you have very well-rounded and balanced physique, and that way you also avoid imbalances in your physique, which can cause even injury. For example, if you do too much pressing movements like bench press and don't train your shoulders, you don't focus on your rear shoulders, you can have your shoulders rolling forward, which can put them in a very bad position, and it can cause injury. So be very careful and always try to train with proper training program and do everything. Don't skip certain muscle groups. Do all of the muscle groups, guys. Let's move on to the next question is, how much do you use for your usual workout? And he's talking about my bench press video where I showed my maximum bench press, and he's asking how much I usually train, what is the weight. I'm not exactly sure what the weight is right now, but what I can say is do the weight that you can do for 3 reps if you want to train for strength, and they are called triples. So let's say your maximum bench press is 100 kilograms, then most likely you can do 90 kilograms for 3 reps, right? And try to do that weight, 90 kilograms for 3 reps, and try to get 3 sets of triples, and that way you will develop strength. If your goal is hypertrophy, which is increasing the muscle size, or your goal is endurance, then obviously you will change your rep range and the sets you do and so on. And you can also change the exercises that you do, but I am at the moment training for strength strictly, and I'm really enjoying it and seeing good results, but I am doing most likely about 10 or 15 kilograms less than my maximum bench. But I remember that I did triples in that video. I didn't actually show 1 rep max, I showed my 3 rep max, so to speak, and it was 130 kilograms, but I wouldn't be able, I think, to hit 3 sets in it. But I can say for sure that I can do 125 kilos in triples for 3 sets. So somewhere around there. Let's move on to the next question, which is, what was your diet? Did you do intermittent fasting when I was cutting? I did not do intermittent fasting because I really like having breakfast, and I usually like to drink coffee, and I have tried intermittent fasting for a couple of days, but it really never stick with me because I always want to have coffee with milk and maybe a little bit of cinnamon or some other ingredient which will break my fast. I'm not saying that cinnamon particularly breaks the fast, but milk does, and I actually added sometime a little bit of honey in coffee as well, or maybe even a little bit of sugar, and because I like my coffee a little bit sweet, and milk is one of those ingredients that I usually always add to the coffee, and so I can't really fast because I want to have my morning coffee with milk, and if you do that you will break your fast because I add quite a lot of milk. It's not like a couple drops, but I pour it a bit, and it definitely breaks the fast, so I can't really do fasting. My diet was basically high protein. I ate a lot of protein, heavy foods. That was my main focus and priority because it does help you preserve muscle mass when you're cutting, and everything else falls in line if you eat healthy. I try to eat whole foods, a lot of oatmeal, excellent food choices with excellent fat macros, like peanut butter a little bit here and there, maybe some fish, and foods of that regard, and so my diet wasn't very specific. It was not like I had a keto diet, I had a carnivore diet. It was just calorie deficit and very healthy foods in general, and with high protein content. Those were the main things. And the last comment that I will respond to the question number 5 is, adjust your chest, bro. Anyway, nice biceps, and thank you. And why I chose this comment is because I know my chest is lacking in my physique looks wise, but I wanted to respond to this because you can't really do anything about it. It's not like I'm skipping chest training or something. I'm always doing push days. I'm very strong in push. As you can see, my maximum bench press is very strong. I know that doesn't translate to looks, but I'm also doing a lot of hypertrophy work after my basic, let's say, strength training, and when I did calisthenics fully, calisthenics only, when the gyms were closed, I did a lot of dips which were chest focused, and my chest was always like this. It's just genetics, and my biceps has always been my strong point in strength and also in looks. And that's just the way it is. Yes, you can obviously hit all muscle groups, and I do twice a week. There is no room for me to, let's say, hit chest 3 times a week. It will not recover, and it will be counterproductive. So I can't really do any extra chest days just to have a bigger chest. You just have to sometimes accept the fact that your genetics are lacking in some muscle groups, because every muscle that you have has a limit how much it can grow or how big it can be, and the growth rate of that muscle is limited by your genetics. And obviously my biceps, for example, is very good genetically, and that's why it always looked good. Even when I was quite high in body fat, my biceps still was nice, and my triceps as well. My arms are always have been my strong point, and I would say my weak points were always chest and abs. And I also have great legs, very nice quads. So it's all about genetics, but if you put in the work. So that's just something that I wanted to get across, so you understand that it's not like I'm skipping chest days or something. It's just something that I have, weaker chest genetics. Let's say, for example, Arnold had amazing chest genetics, and he wasn't doing like five chest trainings a week. He did the same routine as most people, but he just had great genetics. So this is it for this video. If you want to ask a question and for it to be answered in next Q&A, make sure to leave the comment in the comment section down below. I will greatly appreciate it, guys. Also, I have a Patreon page where you can support me and my content, and if you do, I will add you to our Discord server where we have people that can chat about calisthenics life and with me about anything. So it's for Patreons only, but hopefully we can build a small community where we can just chill and talk about life. That would be greatly appreciated if you want to, guys. So thank you guys for watching this video, and I see you guys in the next one.